So Sony are back at it again, and we all know Sony has a big connection and is really, really pissed off at Microsoft wanting this deal. They're going to try everything in their power to either slow this deal down while Call of Duty comes out, or they're going to try and kill it altogether. So as you all know, Microsoft acquired Activision last year, and a lot of people were happy about that because the current state of Activision was all over the place. I mean, they had sexual assault cases there, everything was just all over the place, thrown all over. It wasn't looking good anyway for Activision, and I guess it still isn't. Activision and Blizzard, I know with Overwatch and stuff coming out, there was a big DDoS attack, there's all sorts of stuff wrong with it. People aren't happy at Blizzard or Activision, let's just be honest here. And, I mean, they haven't been happy with Activision for a long time because of, the way the games have been made and they've treated fans who buy Call of Duty. But Sony have always been annoyed at Microsoft ever since they acquired Activision. They are jealous, it seems like. Now, I'm pretty sure Sony did acquire Bungie, which are the original developers to Halo, I think. So, I mean, I think they own Destiny, so they could make Destiny a PlayStation-only exclusive. However, that would be a detrimental thing to do, considering I'm sure a lot of people on Xbox play it too. Either way, Sony has got a little bit of an update from this. So it looks like Sony has told the UK regulators. So it says here from VGC, Sony tells UK regulators COD players are likely to switch to Xbox even without exclusivity. Now, what really surprises me here is PlayStation have always had exclusivity, and it really pains me to see this because there was literally on every game. So it used no, I think Xbox did have this, but I don't think they had it for long. I think they had it for Black Ops 2. Maybe World of War. I'm not. They didn't advertise it very much anyway. I don't think back then it wasn't advertised as it is now with like Sony advertising it. Plus the different times, you can't say, oh, well, Xbox did this years ago because it's different times. It wasn't as big then. Xbox wasn't as big as it is today, and they've gone through a lot of failures and they're still succeeded somehow, and it's hard to really say and complain about exclusives that far, like 2013, because I think it was 2012, because I think Call of Duty Ghosts was the first one to get exclusivity with PlayStation, but you'll always see, I think it's on the side of like the packet. I did buy a Call of Duty, and I still got my Infinity Ward that I still have a PlayStation. And it says literally on the actual thing, it says PlayStation exclusive, play map packs 30 days early. So you get to play a map pack a month early. And they always slap that on the front of the games. I don't know about the newer Cold War. I think they put it on there. But either way, games used to have that on. Get it exclusive on PlayStation. That's how they had to reel the people in. I don't know if Activision was paying them or giving them some special deal. I'm not entirely sure. But 30 days early access, and that's fair enough. Like giving fair enough. And they've done that for years. They did it with zombies as well. I remember literally people with PlayStation were playing the zombies just a month early. Yeah, it was kind of annoying because the people who actually wanted to actually play the map packs, who maybe had an Xbox, were shit out of luck for a month. They had to either wait or maybe buy a PlayStation. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it just seems like it's very scummy that Sony did this, and I don't think exclusive deals should really last for map packs, especially main parts of the game. They're main parts of the game, you know. That's where most of these developers profit from. They must have lost some profit from Xbox on that one, because, I mean, you're cutting out a big slice of the pie. But it says it for literally everyone. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 had play new content first on PlayStation 4. Call of Duty World War 2 had the same, play the map packs 30 days early. And Modern Warfare 2019 literally had it. Play Spec Ops mode. Yes, there was a special ops mode available in there, which a lot of people didn't really play. I thought it was okay. But there was a feature, I think it was, I don't know what part of Spec Ops mode, but there was something in that Spec Ops mode that took a whole year. When that, I think it was November 2020 when we first saw that move on. And that wasn't just a not available for Xbox. That wasn't available for PC. This is damaging to PC players as well, not just Xbox players. And I guarantee you there's already exclusives out for Modern Warfare 2. Hey, there, with Cold War, it says, play Onslaught mode first on PlayStation. Not available on other platforms until the 1st of November 2021. You had to wait a whole year after the game released to actually play that game mode. A dead game mode at that point. I mean, yeah, this is probably still some people playing on it, but what's the point of playing it a year after? A year, that's stupid. You may as well just not release it. Save some time and don't release it for other platforms. You know, these exclusive deals are damaging. Yeah, they're there. That's another one as well. Pre-purchase and play Modern Warfare campaign. Yeah, the original Modern Warfare remastered campaign 30 days early. How? And I think that even happened for Modern Warfare 2, the Modern Warfare 2 remastered that came for PlayStation. I think that came out a month early on PlayStation as well. A full game came out a month early. If that doesn't tell you that Sony are just crying now because they realise, oh shit, and yeah, the promotion always says exclusive benefits on PlayStation. They always, whenever you see like a deal on like Vanguard, it's always with PlayStation. It's always an ad for PlayStation, and it's always them promoting their exclusive deals, saying, "Hey, get it on PlayStation first." I really do want to see Microsoft fight back with some exclusive shit just to pay them back, because this has been going on for fucking years, like since like maybe 2013, 2014. Yep. Modern Warfare 20. This is Modern Warfare 2. Play the beta. They got to play the beta 5 days early. Everyone else, nope, you have to wait. That's stupid. How can you because of someone's console preference, play a game complete like almost a week early before anyone else can do it? Number one, you've cut the player base down. Number two, you're playing against people who have got better weapons and better stuff. I think not just doesn't work for Call of Duty, but the reason why I'm speaking about Call of Duty is because they're crying about the Activision deal. They're crying about, oh no, this may ruin our reputation of Call of Duty. You know, they're trying to brag and say this is the best Call of Duty. Yes, granted, the PlayStation is more popular than Xbox. However, Game Pass is really reeling more people on, especially with the Game Pass deal. I mean, I think you can buy a PlayStation, buy an Xbox on like it's an all-access thing. I can't remember what it's called. The Xbox program thing, you can pay for it monthly, and you get like 2 years with it with and the Xbox Series S is I mean, you can pick one of them for about $150. If that doesn't tell you it's a deal of a lifetime compared to PlayStation, that's why Xbox is probably winning in this whole thing, because their consoles seem more appropriate and cheaper. I mean, the PlayStation, for a start, you can't even get a PlayStation. And if you want a PlayStation, you're going to be paying upwards of $600. For that, you may as well get a fucking PC. In fact, with that, you could probably get 2 Xbox Series S's. An Xbox Series X, and probably an Xbox Series S on top of that. So at the end of the day, it just seems like PlayStation are just crying because they know that this is going to hurt their profit. And Well, at the end of the day, you could just say to PlayStation, why didn't you just take the opportunity and purchase this yourself? Why did you mess about and let Microsoft chip in and purchase this? Now, I don't know what the exclusives are for... Oh yes, there is an exclusive... There is an exclusive of Modern Warfare 2 PlayStation, and it is... you get an exclusive operator pack, and it says here... PlayStation players receive the select bonus content not available on other platforms until 27th of August 2023. PlayStation Plus required. So essentially they are bragging. It literally is just exclusive promotion at its finest. And this doesn't just happen for this game. I'm sure it happens for other games as well. But it seems like Call of Duty... I think Call of Duty is probably one of the... I think GTA as well is like an exclusive for PlayStation as well. It's sad. All these... they're all... I mean, they're probably going to PlayStation because they have more player base. I think they sell more PlayStation. But it is sad. Oh, it says here... this is from IGN... Wow, Sony paid. Wait a minute. Sony paid $3.5 million to put Ark Survival on PlayStation Plus. How long has that been on there? For 1 month, while Sony paid $2.5 million to put it on Xbox Game Pass for 6 months. Is that supposed to say Xbox Game Pass is not worth it? 2.8 million, 2.5 million, and most likely they're gonna buy the game maybe after. I mean, that's still a great deal for 6 months. If someone say if I was a small developer and they gave me something like 100 to a million to put it on Game Pass, a new game that I put out, I'd take that shit. Number one, it's going to grow the player base because you got it on Game Pass. Number two, hey, it may get some purchases in there. You don't know. People might be like, oh, wow, I really like this game. Now, the thing about Game Pass, I don't know if PlayStation does it as well, but games only last for a certain limited time on Game Pass. I think Red Dead Redemption was on Game Pass. Grand Theft Auto was on Game Pass at one point. A lot of other games were on Game Pass, but they eventually go. Now, I wish it would tell you when they would go, because it is kind of annoying when you get into the game. I wish it would say when it does expire, because it is, like I said, very annoying. You're playing a game and then 1 minute it may be expired or may leave the store. So, as spotted by Kotaku reporter Ethan Gatch on Twitter, filling with the US Securities and Exchange Commission by Snail Games USA, the parent company of Ark Developer Studio revealed that the values paid by each company to feature the game in their free games lineup. Ark appeared on PlayStation Plus in March 2022 and therefore free for the first 5 weeks, ranging from March the 1st to April the 4th, a deal that Sony paid $3.5 million for. So yeah, the American Song. I don't know if is this the developer? I have no idea. Sony paid. So this is from American Ethan. Oh, this is from the actual Ethan Gatch. Sony paid $3.5 million to make Ark Survival the Void. Sony paid $2.5 million to keep it on Game Pass for the first half of the year, and to bring it. Okay, wait. And half of the year, and $3.2 million to bring Ark 2 to the service when it launches. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like neither Sony or the developers involved have previously revealed how much these deals go through for. And while this could be a complete outliner and not representative of standard agreement, it's the first insight into financially backed to PlayStation Plus, and we've had since the beginning of 2010. Now, this doesn't mean Game Pass is bad, because I believe a lot of people are going to buy Game Pass because, I mean, I think with every new Xbox you get, I think you do get like a month or two of Game Pass free. And Game Pass, like I said, I don't even give a I don't care how much it is. $10 a month is a pretty good deal to get a huge selection of games. The only problem, you can get all the Fallout series on there. I don't know if the Fallout series is still available on PlayStation. I think it is. I think you can get Fallout 4 on PlayStation. But a lot of the Bethesda titles, I think, will be just exclusive to Xbox, which is fair enough. It's about time they had a proper exclusive. I know Halo's Halo isn't exactly in the best insight. And Halo and I think Forza as well have been a huge exclusive of Xbox for years now. And I don't think they promote it like they do with Sony. Sony's like, hey, come to PlayStation, you get map packs 30 days early on Call of Duty. It's almost like Sony are just trying to put down your throat here. Just buy a PlayStation, you broke boy. Buy a PlayStation. You want to play Call of Duty, you want to play a map pack early. You still have to pay for the map pack. Go for it early. So it is quite funny and stupid why they do it, and it's quite clear why Sony is crying at this whole situation, because they've realised this could definitely hurt their business, and it personally is their own fault. If they weren't so broke as a company, they would probably be able to buy Activision, and to be honest, it would have been a smarter deal if they did buy Activision, because then they wouldn't have this trouble and they wouldn't be going through all this bullshit now. But quite clearly they've said, oh, nope, we can't afford it, and they've failed it right here. So it looks like this is not a good look for Sony, and Sony isn't happy about the UK's CMA regulator over its Activision Blizzard acquirement comments. It describes the regulator's concerns as misplaced and that it adopts Sony's companies without considering the potential harm to consumers. Wasn't there a lawsuit not long ago for Sony based on them overcharging people? They've just they announced that there's a newer edition of PlayStation coming out that's cheaper to make, and then they put the prices of the PlayStation up in like Europe and stuff. PlayStation stays normally in the US, but they put the prices of the PlayStation up as soon as they announced that. It's a little bit weird in my opinion. Why on earth would you announce that? Are you trying to use people for money? Are you trying to get a little bit of extra cash? It seems a lot of people just play PC as well because, PC is a better platform than either console, to be honest. Consoles are for people who just want to chillax and just enjoy themselves. So, I don't know. It is what it is, really. This looking... here's another one. Microsoft says Sony PlayStation had 5 times more exclusives than Xbox, as an argument that Activision Blizzard should go through. Xbox using poor game releases as a way to appear. Who needs this? It's just a PlayStation fanboy. There's a lot of people, you can tell the PlayStation fanboys are very annoyed at this. They're like, oh my god, this shouldn't happen. A $1 trillion company like Microsoft. I'm surprised Sony isn't a $1 trillion company, to be honest. I know they're not. They haven't got their own operating system like Microsoft does, but still, doesn't surprise me. So Microsoft says Sony PlayStation has double the player base of Xbox currently, and that if Microsoft were to remove COD from PlayStation, Sony would still have the largest console. Yeah. I don't think would people that dedicated in Call of Duty, they would say, you know what, I'm gonna sell my PlayStation or I'm gonna buy an Xbox. They could buy an Xbox Series S. Who knows? But realistically speaking, I don't think anyone's that dedicated to Call of Duty that they're gonna buy or fork out $200, $300 to purchase a new console. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Then again, I don't know the life of PlayStation users, so maybe they fork out $20, $30, oh, well, $300 for the console. Well, it'd be free on Game Pass, so it'd be like $10. But yeah, it's obvious why Microsoft are buying Activision. Let's be fair here, because they've realised, oh shit, Activision are in shit, and I think it's one of the biggest. I mean, this was nearly $100 billion for this deal. $100 billion for this. Yeah, I don't know. That's a crazy number. I think it was 90 billion, or 60 billion, something like that. Either way, I think it was the biggest acquisition of a company in the gaming space. But this entire situation just looks like Sony is scared for Xbox to rival them. Although PlayStation has an incredibly bigger fan base than Microsoft. I think the PlayStation 4, if I'm right in saying, sold about 100 million consoles, which is huge. I don't know how many Xbox sold, like, must have been like 80 million, something like that. They've sold a lot, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, I think PC is at about 1 billion people playing that. If you add that up, it actually makes a lot of it's shocking, holy shit. But yeah, it looks like this one's a big one for Microsoft. This may finally break them through. Heck, they may get some new people checking them out after this. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, this is a pretty big thing in my opinion for Microsoft, and a pretty lousy thing for Sony. I mean, I don't know how well this is going to affect Sony, but I quite clearly know it's not going to be good for Sony either way, especially Call of Duty moving over. I don't think Call of Duty is going to completely be evaporated from PlayStation. However, it was just revealed that I think in the PlayStation Plus subscription thing, Black Ops 1 is apparently going to be coming to it, which makes me think, how on earth is that going to work? If Black Ops 1 is available on PlayStation, are they just going to remove it when it comes out? I have no idea. I don't know how this would work out. I mean, it's quite clear when Xbox Game Pass, every Call of Duty will probably be out available. I mean, down to Call of Duty 2. The whole Call of Duty collection. That would be crazy. I think to buy the whole Call of Duty collection on, I think it'll be available for PC as well, because people just download it through the Microsoft app. But either way, it's incredibly hard for Sony, this one. I don't know how much. It's hard to say how much damage this would actually do to Sony until it actually comes out. So, it's only a matter of time before we actually realise whether this is going to be detrimental to Sony, which I highly doubt it, or it's going to be a little bit of a nick. Who knows?